Değerli misafirlerimiz, yeniden merhabalar. Hoş geldiniz. Ben Zeynep. Fuarımızın ikinci günü Eurasia Ryolu 2025. İkinci gününden herkese yeniden merhaba diyor ve günümüzün son sunumlarına geçiyoruz. Arka arkaya iki tane kıymetli konuşmacılarımızdan oluşan oturumlarda inovatif sunumlar dinleyeceğiz. Onlardan ilki için Rina'yı sahnede ağırlayacağız. Bir sonraki durak sıfır emisyon demiryolu için hidrojen çağı diyecekler. Sıfır emisyon hedefleri doğrultusunda demiryolu taşımacılığının geçirdiği dönüşümde hidrojen teknolojisinin sunduğu çözümler, kullanım örnekleri ve sürdürülebilirlik etkisi detaylarıyla aktarılacak. Sektörün yeşil geleceğine ışık tutulacak. Bu merak uyandırıcı sunum için iki konuşmacımızı sahneye davet etmek istiyorum. Rina Danışmanlık, Altyapı ve Mobilite Mühendisliği Ticari Yönetim Direktörü Sayın Matteo Mossati. Hello sir, welcome. Ve Rina Danışmanlık Demiryolu Sistem Mühendisliği Müdürü Sayın Yunus Emre Bay geldi. Merhabalar.
Merhaba.
İngilizce, Türkçe konuşmaları olacaktır. Simultane tercüme ihtiyaçlarınızı hatırlatalım. Aynı zamanda bu oturumumuzda diğer oturumlarda olduğu gibi kaydediliyor. YouTube'da kayıtlar kaçıranlar için yayında olacak. Dear Matteo, Yunus Emre Bey, it's pleasure having you here. The stage is yours. Teşekkürler.
Thank you.
Teşekkürler. So, good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for being here. We will today present the steam to stream and the hydrogen experience that we have in RINA. I will just say a few words and then I will leave the floor to my colleagues Yunus that will explain much better technically than me. So, a first introduction about the global decarbonization strategy. So, adoption of renewable energy source is of course essential for reducing emission. Energy efficiency program can lower the carbon footprints of the entire world, and investment in carbon capture is something that is crucial for the industrial emission. Adopting electrical vehicles is another pillar of the global strategy, and the international cooperation and policy to align the global success of the decarbonization. Just a quick view on the trends and economics for till 2030. The investment in energy renewable sector is projected to reach $1 trillion annually by 2030. The government incentive will catalyze the private sector. Innovation in hydrogen and electrical mobility are set to attract funding. And emerging markets will play a crucial role on it. Funding for energy storage technology is expected to grow significantly. In terms of infra mobility concentrated to the infrastructure and mobility market, the infrastructure market is expected to grow to exceed $30 billion by 2030. As I was saying before, the focus will be for mobility on electrical and hydrogen vehicles. The investment in smart infrastructure is growing significantly, and the public-private partnership will play a crucial role in the growth of the energy transition. And of course, the innovative technology will play a fundamental role in order to progress on the energy transition. As RINA, we are now an international group with over 6,300 colleagues all around the world in over 70 countries, and we are helping our clients in several sectors on energy transition, and not only. From the energy sector to the marine, infrastructure and mobility, certification, industry and real estate. We are present in several countries, as I was saying, from North to South America, Africa in several countries, Europe, East Asia and Australia. Our key pillars for the energy transition can be summarized here. So digital, in order to propose to our client a digital solution that allow even the energy transition. certification and laboratories for what's regard hydrogen, CO2 laboratories, carbon footprint, and training and certification of competencies. In terms of R&I and technologies, green finance advisory is something that we are doing for our client to support the energy transition and approval in principle and technical qualification. In terms of asset, we are able to support the client on the energy transition in onshore and offshore with project management consulting, asset integrity, HSE. For what's regard renewable, we have a long experience in the renewable sector with the wind and solar panel, battery energy storage, and all the other systems that are used in the energy transition market. And as I was saying, another fact that helps us to provide a very good support to our client is our global footprint in over 70 countries. We have, as I was saying, a multi-sector expertise in different disciplines and assets, starting from the infrastructure and mobility, the rail and the rail transport, multi-utilities, banks and insurance, industry, renewable, and maritime. We are using as RINA a technology-neutral approach based on the energy efficiency, agrivoltaics, storage, biomasses, electrification, nuclear and renewable, green energy vectors with hydrogen, ammonia and derivatives, a carbon capture, usual storage, and also alternative fuels as bio and synthetic fuels, reducing methane emission. RINA is playing a key role in terms of supporting the entire value chain from the CapEx to OpEx as system integrator. So starting from the energy and the production of energy through the transmission network, the storage of the energy produced, and also the distribution and end user. As anticipated before, we are experts in green financing, conceptual feasibility study and FEED, permitting, research on development of guidelines for material use, and approval also in new technology. This is an example of the smart infrastructure that we have in mind, of course, where you can see that we have the energy production from different technology, the industry, and of course, even, let me say, the mobility from an electrical point of view, not only for the vessel, but also for what's regard the car and the rail. Then I leave the floor to my colleague Yunus.
Thank you, Matteo, for your very informative speech. It's very good and brilliant. Thank you. And of course, our most matter subject is global warming for all of our world. It's a depressed subject that we eliminate for a sustainable world for all of us. As railway and transportation experts, we will have something to do about it. Of course, especially electrification of the all railway is very important to make these effects are eliminated. And hydrogen is the one of these alternative energy source and the renewable energy. Why it is? Because one of the most available element is hydrogen in our world. So we can harvest energy from it, and we can produce pure hydrogen in many ways. And also, of course, harvesting energy from hydrogen is zero emission method. Then how can we harvest the energy from the hydrogen? We have such a good technology, thanks for the scientists for that. It's called PEM. What's that mean? PEM means proton exchange membrane. That's very simple. It seems simple, but it's not so simple to find this PEM technology, of course. You can harvest the electrons from the hydrogen molecules via a proton exchange membrane and got it to your circuit as an electricity current. And then you can give your positive charged hydrogens to the exhaust of the system, and these hydrogens meet the oxygens, forming the water and clean water. Your exhaust just vaporized, fresh, clean water. That's the simple of the technology. And here you can see a small summary of the past and background of the hydrogen technology. Of course, hydrogen is on the world at the beginning of the world, but it's discovered at the end of the 18th century. And after that, Sylverium Grove founded the first primitive hydrogen fuel cell. Of course, again, military or space studies going to new technologies. So General Electric and NASA worked on it, and they found the proton exchange membrane, and they used it in the spacecraft. But not all the hydrogen is same. Scientists and the international authorities given the color-coded hydrogen to us according to its producing methodology. For example, the green-coded hydrogen is produced by electrolysis using the renewable energies. And you can see here the brown hydrogen. It gives a waste, carbon dioxide. We can harvest the hydrogen from gasification, but we can also gather the carbon dioxide. So we cannot call it totally zero emission. So we should catch after the green, yellow, or non-carbon emission hydrogen producing technologies. But also we have some chances, especially in our country, in Turkey. We had a natural one, the white hydrogen. It's a natural mineral boron in our Turkey, in our country. Boron keeps all the hydrogen, absorbs all the pure hydrogen inside it, like a sponge of water. How can a sponge absorbs all the water? Boron mineral absorbs all the hydrogen in it. And these boron minerals, including the 99% pureness hydrogen in it, and its 70+% of reserves, it's in our country, in Turkey. But it's a question that we can use it in proper way. For now, we can say no, but we hope someday we can use it in proper way to energy harvesting. Of course, it's very simple. We have some railways in America still, and electrified rail lines in Turkey, in Europe. We know all that. Especially to converting the steamed rail lines to the clean energy and electrified, the hydrogen will play a great role on that. It's simple. We will install our hydrogen canisters, tubes, fuel cells, and electric motors on that. And we will get the electrified, hydrogen-powered locos. Of course, that's not, everything is not so pinky. We got some cons and drawbacks for the hydrogen energy, especially for our century. We got just one technology about it, the proton exchange membrane. Yes, some Japanese companies trying to see if we can produce some combustion motor with hydrogen. But I see that not efficient, because the electric power has more torque in electric motors, has a huge efficiency comparing to combustion motors. Also, we have just now high initial costs for the hydrogen energy in this century. Storage a big amount of hydrogen storage is a problem for us for now. So we need to make it widespread technology in the world. Of course, the safety concerns, especially for the fire. You can see the operational examples on the world, especially the Alstom Koradia Island in Germany is operational since 2018, and it gets the more than 1,000 kilometers successfully. Also, UK produces its retrofit PM fuel cell hydroflex trains. And in Italy, there is new projects about constructing hydrogen valleys. So they also produced Alstom Koradia steam match hydrogen trains for the Italy. And you know the USA has its huge freight locos, diesel locos, and they are trying to convert these diesel locos to hydrogen-powered loco, and CSX is an biggest example for it. So yes, we saw the 101 about hydrogen, but hydrogen power integration will some impacts on railways. Especially for storage and refueling, we should install huge pipeline networks to provide hydrogen refueling into the trains. That's a must, especially. But already some companies, Air Liquide and Linde and Heliocentris, working on that. And in the previous slide, as you see, the Alstom Koradia Island is refueling in any station with hydrogen in 15 minutes. And we should consider the maintenance and operation differences, because we will need some expertise and some specialist staff to carry out these operational issues about the hydrogen. And the concerns about it, if we cannot provide a proper maintenance on it, it can be a catastrophic, it can give a catastrophic results for us. And of course, we are talking about railways, so we should talk about the RAMs, the EN 50-126 standard, you know, the fundamental Bible of the railways for the reliability, availability, maintainability, and safety. But we can see that some data from the site, that especially from the Alstom Koradia Island, the mean distance between failure is 15,000 kilometers, and their safety is very high level. They are some canisters and tanks working with up to 700 bars. But in the future, if the hydrogen will be widespread, of course, this area will be need to improve with additional standards, I believe. You can see some fire suppression systems for the hydrogen on a train. We can see some malfunctions with pressure, heat, or leak, and we can suppress and distinguish it with the automatical systems. So these technological and full safe fire suppression system can be improved. No need to worry about it. So also, the world is working on some national and international standards. You know, all the works cannot go on without standards. So we have standards for pipelines, valves for the hydrogen, national and international. And our another Bible, NFPA, also has a code for the hydrogen works. It's very important. It's a general standard. And also railway, which are using or planning to use the hydrogen, should consider these, of course, consider these standards. Yes, why we need renewable sustainability? Yes, we can explain this about the global warming, but the people, the whole world, what strategy they have. We can see from here, especially European Union has a target about it, decarbonizing whole sectors until 2050. Also, USA has the same target for the 2050, and Japan and South Korea has the same target, and all the countries signed the Paris Agreement to decarbonize all the world until 2050, decrease the carbonizing level. Yes, for that we have some references of services for it. As the Matteo said, we are working on renewable energy and hydrogen. It's most important thing I see that RINA has accredited laboratories to ISO 22 and 734. It's a critical standard accreditation for certification of renewable energy, especially for hydrogen. And we will see in the next slides, RINA is working for the ISA and cost-benefit analysis provider for the two specific and important project, Hydrogen Valley project in Italy, north and southeast of the Italy. And in 2019, RINA created a method of statement according to standards we mentioned in previous slides for the pipelines and the valves of the hydrogen and hydrogen valleys, especially for the. This is an important study to give a method of statement who is planning to construct an hydrogen valley or planning to convert its system to electrify with hydrogen. We are giving training about it. If you want, according to some standards, we are giving custom training courses, especially for HSEC. And we can give the certification competences for the H2-based system. According to your requirements, we can give these services to you as RINA. And also, we got the chain traceability studies and certification for the hydrogen producing methodologies and steps, especially for electrolysis, because the electrolysis is one of the fundamental hydrogen producing methodology nowadays. So we got the accredited laboratory and accredited certification for that especially. But one of the producing hydrogen is another thing is ammonia cracking. You can turn into ammonia to hydrogen. This also we can give a certification for that. And we can provide this certification in digital assets, so you can reach from everywhere. You can get your support from everywhere. We are using customer partner and RINA triangle to support this. Also carbon reduction certification, we can provide this according to our accreditation. So we got an especially project for the electrolysis certification in our accredited laboratories. And we make the final tests about it and safety certification for the electrolysis process. For the SINEM, this is another project for the SINEM. SINEM is a local, let's say half governmental gas pipeline authority of the Italy. They have more than 30,000 pipeline network, and we gave the snuff company their pipeline systems, in-depth knowledge, and some report for them. And also, again, the TSO and DSO, also a local authority for the gas. We worked for the hybrid pipelines. They wanted to transfer natural gas with the hydrogen together, and also we got some capabilities for that. We make the cost-benefit analysis and some regulatory and legal limits, and we make an preliminary analysis for this job to TSO and DSO. And one of our clients is a train manufacturer. We just evaluated about the hydrogen intact and their impact about the metal and some polymer materials to see how can we store hydrogen on the trains. That's the point. So we produce some guidelines for that to our customer. And also we involved in a project to retrofit an PEM fuel cell to train. And we worked for this train manufacturer as the independent safety assessor to install this PEM fuel cell technology safely into their train. And this is a European Commission project. They give support to construct big and huge storage hydrogen valleys in the north of the Italy and southeast of the Italy. So for that project also, not just constructing the hydrogen valleys, also these support include to create hydrogen-powered bus and commercial train lines or metro light rail lines. So Alstom produced special Stream H trains for the Italy. They gave 14 of that train to north of the Italy and 4 of the southeast Italy. And this is the bus line and tram line, southeast Italy in Puglia. You can see that. We make a cost-benefit analysis for them. We evaluate 2 scenarios with totally turning into the conventional electricity or turning into the hydrogen-powered electricity. This is our outcomes for the scenario, and they decided to use hydrogen power on this project. Hydrogen valleys, it's a small summary for that. This is our biggest concerns about the hydrogen storage and refueling. So we have an expertise in constructing the hydrogen valley as a consultant for and as independent safety assessment for this. So what will be our role in the future to bring renewable energy to our tram lines, railway lines, metro lines, like that? We should have a vision and target and strategy. So I believe the strategies you saw on the previous slides is our vision. And we will determine the impacts of the what can we do with the hydrogen power. And we should construct our path, and we should do what our role required from us. This will be future for us to protect our world from global warming and catastrophe. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes.
Merhaba, merhaba. My fault, sorry. Açılmamış, orada rejiye diyorum ki neden açık değil. Kusura bakmayın. Çok teşekkürler.
Güzel, teşekkür
Bir soru alabiliriz eğer ilgiliyseniz. Yoksa Rina, fuarımızın katılımcılarından. Hem fuar girişlerindeki plandan lütfen bakınız yerlerine, hem de ICA Connect mobil uygulamasını da indirerek canlı harita üzerinden konumla firma standlarını tespit edebilirsiniz. Yarın da ziyaret edebilirsiniz kendilerini. Çok teşekkür ediyoruz. O
ederiz,
zaman
sağ
sizi
olun.
şöyle bir ön alalım mı fotoğraf çekimi için?